Okay, first thing I need to do here is take each number, 75 and 90, and write it as the product of its prime factors. There are various ways of doing this. I'm going to start with 75, and I'm going to use a factor tree. So two numbers that multiply to make 75. Well, I'm going to use 3 and 25. 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. 25 then is the same as 5 times 5, and both of those are prime. If we now do the same thing with 90, two numbers that multiply to make 90 are 9 and 10. 9 is the same as 3 times 3, both of those are prime. 10 is the same as 2 times 5, and those are both prime. So we can now say that 75 is equal to 3 times 5 times 5. 90 is the same as 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Now, to find the highest common factor, we look at the lists of prime factors and we look at what's in both. For it to be common, it's got to be in both. So there's a 3 in both lists, and there's a 5 in both lists, and that's it. So the highest common factor is just 3 times 5, which is 15. Okay, for the lowest common multiple, I'm going to use the same prime factorization. So 75 is the same as, this time I'm going to write it with powers. I find this slightly easier. So 75 is 3 times 5 squared. 90 is the same as 2 times 3 squared times 5. Now, the method for the lowest common factor, what I do is I look at all of the prime factors together, and I ask myself, okay, what is the highest power of 2 that I can see? Well, okay, if we look for powers of 2, well, it's only here, so the highest power of 2 is just 2. Okay, in the same way, what is the highest power of 3? Well, if we look, we've got 3 squared here, and we've got 3 here, so the highest power of 3 squared, of 3 rather, is just that 3 squared. Okay, so let's have a look at 5 then. So we now need the highest power of 5. So in the same way, we've got 5 squared here, 5 here. The highest one of those is 5 squared. And to find the lowest common multiple, we multiply these together. So the lowest common multiple is going to be 2 multiplied by 3 squared multiplied by 5 squared. Well, that's 2 times 9 times 25. Well, I'm going to do 25 times 2, that's 50. 50 times 9 comes out as 450. Or you can use your calculator.